Hi guys, I'm Matt Golinksi and welcome to the Apia Get Set Go Bake Challenge. This week's recipe is going to be dark chocolate fondants with these guys here, slow roasted quinces and double cream. So a real classic. It's kind of a molten chocolate scented pudding, I suppose. We pull it out just in time to turn it out and it should ooze chocolate everywhere all over the plate. These quinces are something we have to do the day before. I like to roast them slowly overnight in the oven, just on 100 degrees, just leave them in there covered, and then the next morning you come out, your whole house smells with beautiful perfume of quinces. Peel them first and then core them and quarter them. So if you want to make this chocolate fondant at home and it's not winter, then just use any of those things, fruits that go well with chocolate. Just a nice little sharp knife and just cut in there very carefully. Go from one side to the middle and the other side to the middle. Just like that. So once the quinces are cored and peeled, some whole cloves in there, and then I'm just going to sprinkle them with lots of sugar. So kind of snow it in on them. There's 4 quinces and 250 grams of caster sugar. I'm going to put some orange zest in here as well. What I'll do is I'm going to cover it with foil, but I'll put baking paper on there first. Wrap it up really nice and tight, so really crimp that in. And then just before you go to bed, just pop it in the oven. You'll wake up in the morning, your house will smell amazing. Right, the next step is to make the chocolate fondant. Now these can be made the day before. They take about 12 minutes to cook, and that's that kind of crucial point where you need to have everything ready so that they go onto the plate and get served immediately, so that whoever's eating it gets that effect of cutting into it and it oozing. If it sits for too long, it's going to set and it's just going to be a chocolate pudding. I've got these lovely little aluminium ramekins here, and I'm just going to grease them before I start doing anything else. Throw a little bit of cocoa in there and then just shake it all around, give it a twist, tap out any excess just so you've got like that inside. The next step is to put the chocolate and the butter over a pot of boiling water until it's just melted. So the most important thing here is that we use the right sort of chocolate. 70% is the minimum, very important. It goes in and butter. Give them a stir, and once they've got a little bit of heat in them, it won't take much for both those things to be completely melted. In the meantime, eggs and sugar get whisked together. It's 3 yolks and 3 whole eggs. If you're mixing sugar and eggs together, whisk those together so that they're kind of just getting a little bit light and frothy. You can see how quickly that's melted, the butter and the chocolate together. I'm just going to turn the pot off now. There's enough heat in there. Make sure there's no little lumps of butter still in there. It needs to be completely melted. The butter and the chocolate part goes into the eggs and the sugar part. And just make sure you use a good rubber spatula just to scrape out every last bit. Mix those two together, just like that. And then the flour, chuck it on top and just folding it through just until it's mixed in. And about 3/4 filling these dishes as well. Don't overload them because they're going to rise. So now the fondants are all in those molds. They're ready to go in the oven. Make sure the oven's preheated to 170 degrees. So it's actually at that temperature when they go in. This is really important. Timing's everything with this one. So I've got that on a fan forced oven at 170 degrees, but I'll check them at about 10 and just give them the tops a little poke and they should be just molten. You want the outside of them just to be set enough so that you can actually turn them out. And that's kind of the pudding part on the outside and that molten center in the middle. So these quinces have been in overnight, 100 degrees. I'm just going to put a nice couple of pieces on here, and the juices from the quince is absolutely beautiful. So it kind of almost becomes the sauce for the fondant. And then some double cream. Now, when you buy double cream, you want to be able to put a nice spoonful of it and it'll run everywhere. So if you put it into a bowl and just get a whisk and just give it a little light whisk, it doesn't take much working to actually get it to go really lovely and thick, and it's super glossy and really nice, heavy, rich cream. You can see that's all it's taken, and then it's got something that will actually hold on the plate. Okay, so the fondant just comes straight out, straight onto the plate there. Hot spoon in some hot water, so you get that lovely, nice, big, smooth quenelle of cream on the side. Little dusting of chocolate cocoa on top, and then hopefully what we'll do is we'll crack into it. Look, and there's that lovely molten chocolate center. It's exactly what we want from a chocolate fondant. Have fun and get set, go bake.